Peace and blessings, beautiful people. Peace and blessings. I'm Goddess Imani, and welcome to Sacred Love Lessons. This is a sacred space where we remember who we are, rise in our truth, and radiate the frequencies of love, clarity, and sovereignty. In our last episode of the Sanctuary of Sovereignty, a call for the awakening soul, we talked about the whispers in the valley of the forgotten goddesses. And the whispers are those things where people try to tell you who you are, what to be, how to be, who to love, how to dress, how to act, where you belong. And today, I just want to share a part of my story with you. As long as I can remember, when I think back from early childhood, I remember the whispers. They first came from people in my family, and I realized later on that I come from a very unawakened family. And then I noticed the whispers early on in school, starting all the way back from elementary. And grew up, I was very small in stature, meaning short, petite, short height, petite. And I think that coupled with this aura of innocence and light, a lot of people misunderstood. They thought, oh, we can take advantage of her. We can, subdue her, dominate her, whatever. And I saw the pattern early on. And I remember even as early as the 4th grade, I used to fight all the time. I used to always have to fight because there was always this segment, this group of people, kids, teenagers, adults, who misunderstood who I was, who misunderstood my light. And in their mind, they were part of the whispers. They thought that they could tell me who to be, how to dress. So growing up, I experienced a lot of ridicule. There was a lot of outcasting. And looking back, I'm kind of glad there was, right? Because with the things that I have had to overcome, especially within the last few years, I would say within the last 6 or 7 years, maybe more than that, things that I've had to overcome, those early formidable years prove worthy in my journey now. Okay. And all along the journey, I had people trying to tell me first of all, who I am. Okay. People who don't know me, you don't know me. Because if you did, you wouldn't have tried it, but you don't know me. And I remember having to show people that as early as the 4th grade, you don't know me. The first time I got suspended from school, I was in the 4th grade. I remember, because it was always, like I said, a little group that would try girls. I don't know what that's about, but anyway, would try me. And so I found myself having to physically fight all the time. And in the 4th grade, I'm not sure where I got the knife from, but I remember being suspended from school because I had to defend myself, and that's just what it was, right? Later on in life, you guys have heard me tell the story, and if you're new here, welcome home. In the Sanctuary of Sovereignty, this episode, we're talking about the whispers, where people try to tell you who you are, what to be, how to be, who to love, where to live, what you can and cannot have in your career. We're going to talk about all of that today. Okay. So welcome home. So in my early teen years, I got pregnant. I was 14. I was in 8th grade. I was pregnant, right? And so during that time, I remember people calling me rated PG for pregnant girl. That's what it meant at that time. To them. To me, it meant precious gem. Again, they all thought They knew me. They knew what it was, that they could predict who I would become or who I was, right? What they did not know was that at the age of 9, Spirit had already shown me that I was going to be an attorney. I was age 9. Now, it took 20 years from that point. In the material realm, it took 20 years. But at age 9, I was already that. And it had already been revealed to me that 20 years from now, I would be an attorney. And exactly 20 years from that revelation, guess what? I was practicing law. Okay? Practicing law. And so, but at age 9, right, I couldn't tell people that. I couldn't tell people what I knew and how I knew it, because I couldn't even explain how I knew what I knew. But I knew that's what it was, because I could see 20 years down the road. And no matter what happened in my life, yes, I was pregnant in the 8th grade at 14. But in the 8th grade at age 14, I knew that I was a licensed attorney. I knew that. I knew that I would be advocating for other people like myself. People who were always beating about the brow with the whispers. People trying to tell you who you are, what to be, how to be, who to love, what you can and cannot have in this planet. Moving forward. Okay. So there was a lot that happened in my life over those 20 years. And no matter what happened, I already knew what the North Star was. Okay. I knew where I was going. I didn't know how things were going to unfold, but I already knew what the path was. So I stayed on the path. Okay. Now let's jump forward. Let's jump forward to today, because that's been like such a long time ago, right? Let's jump forward to today. So some of you may be experiencing whispers. And again, the whispers are people trying to speak over your life. Okay? Now it is up to you to not allow that to happen, because your light is within you and no one can steal it from you. They're going to try, but no one can take it from you. No one can steal it from you. Your anointing is in you and no one can steal it, no matter how much they try to copy you, no matter how much they try to steal it from you, steal your work. Nothing can be stolen or taken from you. I remember Mama Ia is what I call her, Iyanla Van Zandt. I remember her telling us that. I went to see her several times. I went to see her, but in this one particular time, I remember her saying, nothing can be stolen or taken. And when I first heard that, I didn't understand what it meant. It took me a while, a long time. It took me a while to understand what that meant. But then it finally dawned on me that this is my spiritual inheritance. It is mine. My light is what I was born here with. It is my birthright. And each one of us have our own unique birthright, our own unique blueprint, our own unique fingerprint, our own star print that we came into this planet, into this dimension, into this realm with. It is unique to each one of us. And no one can steal it. No one can take it, no matter how hard they try. Now, some people will try you. Okay, they will try you. They'll go with the smear campaigns. They can't seem to keep your name out of their mouth. Okay, they'll tell anybody who listens, they'll run you down. These people don't even know you. These people know nothing about you. They know nothing of what you are capable of. Okay? Now, thank God for evolution, because I myself have evolved. I'm not the 9-year-old girl that I was in the 4th grade. Violence is not my language. Now, love is my language. And with the energy, the frequency of love, I know how to rise above low vibing energy. I know how not to engage the foolishness. It's ridiculous. You look silly. No one is listening to the whispers. Well, cancel that. I'm not listening to the whispers. High vibing people do not listen to whispers. Okay? And those who are listening to whispers, I invite you to rise above the noise of this world. Because you're going to have people who want what you have. They're going to want your light. They're going to want your anointing. They're going to want your gifts. They're going to want your resources. Have you noticed? I call them bullies. Have you noticed how bullies are? When they want what you have, they concoct this story. I see it in my own country. Concoct this story about whatever's going on in the Middle East. Oh, they're out to get us, just to use that as an excuse to go over and take another country's resources. And then think that that's what it is, to only find out it's not that. Okay? To only find out that it is not that. People, beautiful people, we are in an age of sovereignty. Okay? Sovereignty. Sovereignty is where you understand your power, you understand your inner authority, and you are tapped into your own energy, and you're able to hold your own frequency. And you're not listening, and you're not bothered by outside influences. They are a non-factor. Okay? And in this age, anyone who is trying to take something by force will lose. You will be proven to be futile. You will lose. All of your efforts will be proven to be futile. And the only person that looks like a clown out here is you. All of the bullies, all of the people who think they can just go around and take what doesn't belong to them. You are a clown, and you look like one. And we all see you. I see you. And everyone else see you. And just because I don't acknowledge you having a tantrum, because I don't acknowledge that, I'm not even on that frequency. I'm not on that frequency. I've already explained to you, I'm in the frequency of love. Don't get it twisted though. Don't think for a moment, just because I'm in the frequency of love, that low vibing energy don't have consequences. It does. And I don't have to do anything. This is how the universe operates. If you understand anything about universal law and energy, this energy transcends everything you've ever heard on this planet. Okay? Let's go back to the Hermetica. They told you from the very beginning. They told us about the law of vibration, the law of polarity. We can go on and on. The law of assumption. Each teacher before us have come and they've left nuggets of wisdom behind for us, explaining how it all works. And at this point, in the age of Aquarius, where more and more people are awakening and coming online, we all embrace the energy of sovereignty, the frequency of sovereignty, where I clearly understand my energy. I know how to hold my energy. I understand universal laws, and I'm tapped into my inner authority. And if you think for a moment you're just going to come over here and take anything by force, you're going to be proven wrong. Sadly mistaken. Sadly mistaken. And we're seeing this play out, not just on an energetic level, but we're seeing it play out in our 3D world. And shout out to all those people who are being the light. All those leaders who said, no, we're not standing with darkness. Shout out to you. Shout out to all the people who said, no, we're not going to be on the side of wrong. We're not doing that. Shout out to all the people in their everyday life who are being the light. At the end of every show, you hear me say, be the light. The light that I am talking about is the light within you. We all have access to the same light, which baffles me why you have these people who choose darkness, who choose chaos, who practice chaos magic, who think they can put out someone else's light or dim someone else's light, and they take these extreme measures to do so. Beautiful people, we're in the age of sovereignty, and it is a new day. I invite and encourage all light workers, all earth angels, however you express your light. This is your time to shine. This is our time to shine. And I invite you to shine your light brightly every day. I invite you to ignore the whispers, ignore the voices of people who try to tell you who to be, how to be, who you can love, how much you can have, what you can be in your career, what field you belong in or don't belong in, and all of the foolishness that we see in the 3D world. All of the people who are moving in shadows, we see you, okay? We see you. I invite you to shine your light brightly. I invite you to stand in your power. I invite you to be all that you can be, because you are free to be yourself. You are free to be yourself. And all you have to do is just be. Be. So that's what I have for you today, beautiful people. I just wanted to come and just encourage you, give you a word of encouragement, and just kind of set the tone. Kind of address these issues with the whispers. They're actually a non-issue, a non-factor, especially in my life, a non-issue, non-factor. I encourage you to allow that to be your truth, to step further into the light, to allow your light to shine as bright as you possibly can every day. That's what I have for you today. Thank you for being here and sharing this sacred space with me. If this episode resonated with you, please like it and share it with someone who is ready to remember their own power. And until we speak again, be the light.